What's going on, family? It's just true to the Shrek, and we are back with another weekly watch this video. And just a little disclaimer as of this video, as of right now, actually, the market did gap down overnight. So I'm looking at NQ, got this gap down, SPY also gap down, YM, the whole market gap down. So take these tickets with a grain of salt. We will see how they open up on Tuesday, and we will maneuver and see how we need to pivot from there. Okay. Um, Notable earnings Tuesday. We have Netflix, Triple M, United Airlines. That's three top names that I'm looking to see how they shake for their earnings. On Wednesday, we have J&J, Halliburton, and on Thursday, PG, Procter & Gamble, and Intel. Intel is a major one that we'll be watching because we are still holding our leaps, which is up about 600% on 2027. Feel me? All right. Trump is speaking on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. So be on the lookout for that. Who knows what he will be talking about. Thursday, core PCE and GDP for red folders. And Friday, we have PMI. All right. Let's jump straight into the watch list. Without further ado, I want to talk about quantum. All right. So real quick, quantum tickets has caught my attention last week. So particularly IONQ, QUBT, RGTI, all those names look good. So this is not the only one. We'll be watching all those names. These might still need time to still brew, but I just want to put them on watch for right now. And they might gap down overnight again with the NQ dropping as well. So just want to put them on watch for right now. Let's start off with the month. So one thing I want to highlight with the month, if y'all look at this purple shaded area, if you look at the wicks on these monthly candles, what happened there? Price used to sell off in that range. Well, now price is now holding that range instead of selling off. We did have an inside month on Monday, and we swept the previous month lows with the wick on this monthly candle, which is January. We swept those lows. We didn't continue. We didn't go 2-on-2 continuation down to the downside. We swept. So that's something that's very important and I'm looking out for. Price may be ready to run back to the upside. Let's check out that 3-week. We see a little bit more clearly on the 3-week. Swept 2 up, 2 down. It went 2-2 rev back to the upside, revving from those previous highs that we used to struggle with. Let's go to that 2-week. We got a nice, beautiful inside 2 weeks. So we have multiple triggers to look at. That nice, beautiful 2-week triggers at $52.62. And then finally on the 1 week, we also have a 1 week that triggers at $51.92. If you check out the 4-day, we got our nice consolidation that we like to look for on this one. Bang. Bang. Got that happening there. And price can get very explosive with this kind of setup. All right, let me show y'all something. I don't know if folks can remember, but if you've been watching my videos, you know that back in 2025 in September, we caught this move off the consolidation, and this pops for several thousands of percentages on monthly contracts. Well, that same kind of move is brewing up. I don't want to just make the insinuation that just because price is consolidating means it's going to do this, but we know what to look for. You know, we got that nice weird consolidation going on. Even if you look at the 12-hour, the 6-hour, it's a 1-3-1-3. So there's a lot of manipulation going on there. So we want to see what they want to do with it. I also want to note the negatives that can happen with this move. Not too much of a negative, but some things people don't anticipate. Sometimes with the consolidation moves, you get that accumulation. You get that manipulation. It can manipulate to PMC or can manipulate to PQL. If this happens, watch out for this. That run back to the upside. It happens often not. And what most people do is they cut. As soon as they see that dip to the PQL, they look at their P&L and they cut just for the monthlies to be right back green as soon as it pop right back up. So don't be one of those people to catch victim to that. That can happen. Hopefully it don't happen, but that can happen. We want to get that continuation pop to the upside. We want to take out that PMH and continue so on and so forth. So just look at the daily really quickly. We like calls above 51.92 or 52.62. You want to target 55.66. Then we want to target 59.02, 62.97, 65.50, and then finally 73.87. All right, y'all. All right. I like the 20 Fab 60 Cs for this. Again, 20 Fab 60 Cs. And real simple setup. Real simple setup going on with this one. Lots and lots of compression happening at this basin area. Again, where price usually sell off, and that's why I like this play. All right. Next ticker I'm going to talk about is LAC. This setup have a real simple setup. Nothing too crazy happening with this setup. If you look at the monthly time frame, we're already 2 up in force on a month. Already 2 up in force on a 3-week, 2 up in force on a 2-week. Nice, beautiful consolidation there. Defending that PYC before we went 2-2 rev to the upside. That's beautiful. And then we've been revving for 3 weeks to the upside, but now we're looking for our entry to catch this train, this ongoing train that's been moving to the upside. So with that being said, we check out the 3-day. We have a failed 2-down hammer going on a 3-day. We have a failed 2-down hammer going on a Tuesday, and we get a new Tuesday on Wednesday 21st. All right, now I get this daily, failed 2-down on the daily as well. And what is a good way to catch price pushing to the upside? You want to look for that accumulation, get that actual signal, and use that actual signal as an entry point. So what's our entry point? Entry point would be the 2-2 rev on the daily, about $5.99. All right, yeah, $5.99 will be the entry point for LAC. We want to target $6.53, $7, $7.25. This is a long candle. I don't expect us to take the pivot at the highs at this long candle, so we will look at the 50%. The 50% of this candle is $8.17. So you want to target that $8.17 right before we get to 902. All right, keep that in mind. Real simple setup, nothing crazy going on with this one. Like how that's looking. We like the 20 Fab 7.5 Cs for $22. Honestly, you could go with more time if you want to. Haven't traded lithium in a while, but once these contracts move, they will pay. So always get more time with those. Next ticker I'm going to talk about is C. Now, we tried to catch C for OTE last week. That didn't work out too well. Got a bad fill. And then it dumped with the market. Price did come back, but the data just ate up the contract. So didn't get a good payout on that. Instead, took a loss on that one. But I still like the way the week is looking. So we had a fail 2 down on this week. It's been bullish. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks to the upside, and we finally got our actual real pullback, which was during last week. Now we're looking for that 2-2 rev above last week, 119.30, to reclaim the previous week highs at 124.17. So again, another real simple setup we're going to be looking at here. 4-day got the fail 2 down. 3-day got the 2-2 rev, slight pullback. And Tuesday got the 3-2 rev, on which we pulled back. Same with the daily, got a 3-1-2 rev, and then they pulled back. So we want to get above that 119.30. We want to target 120.15. We want to fill a gap. Then get to 121.74. They want to take out 122.84. They want to reclaim these highs at 124.17. All right, keeping it real simple. Get back to those 52-week highs because we are nowhere near all-time highs. All-time highs was back when the 08 crisis happened. Yeah. So cons we'll be looking at for this will include the 20 Fabs 125 Cs. You could get shorter terms if you feel like this is going to hit 124 way sooner. It could hit 124 way sooner than a month. But if you want to get the safety cons, 20 Fab 125 Cs is the way to go. Next ticker I'm going to talk about is Uber. So this setup is real funny. Again, the same situation. You look at this little purple area here. Got that same little situation, right? Where price used to sell off is now holding. So that's important. We turn previous supply into demand, which is currently happening on a quarterly. It's also currently happening on a month. If you could just look how this looks. Wicks sell off, Wicks sell off, Wicks sell off. But now Wick buy up. So got that 3 week, 2 week. We had a 1-3. We did not have weekly. You see it real nice. And we closed inside. We did close as a doji. So there's a lot of indecision still going on. But here's why I like this play. Let's go to the daily real quick. So we got like this cup and handle pattern that's going on. So if you're familiar with it, So you're familiar with this cup and handle pattern, you got that price, it goes down, then it tries to go up, and then you got that slight pullback. And then, so you got the cup and you got the handle piece. What happens after this handle piece is price tend to pop right back to the upside. That's something I am looking for to happen with this one in particular. Price have been bullshitting to the downside, meaning that it hasn't been going down in force. So if it haven't been going down in force, which other way could it go? That's to the upside. So that's why I like this particular setup. I like calls above 312. That is at $84.86. I'm sorry, no, that's above $85. So above $85. Oh, my number right. So above $85, we get that 312. We want to target 86.35. They want to target previous week high at 88.24. That would trigger the 312 to the upside. No, I'm lying. That would trigger. No, that would just get above this 88.24. The trigger for 312 would be at 85. Make sure my numbers are right. No, I'm lying. 86.35 would trigger the 312 to the upside. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So trigger that 312 to the upside. Get back to that 3 of the week before last, 88.24. Then we want to target 92.10. Again, real simple setup. Price love to launch in this range anyway. So you want to see what happens with that. I like this setup. So contracts to look at is 20 Feb 90 Cs or 20 Feb 95 Cs. Either or. Last but not least, gonna go with BBWI, Bath Body Works. Sometimes I get them confused. I say Bed Bath and Beyond, but that stock is long gone. Bath and Body Works. Let's go look at the month. Again, another real simple setup. Nothing too crazy going on with this. They start to buy this up at the lows here. So it was at the doodle lows, honestly. When they start to buy this up, it's been revving for this month currently. The week been revving. So we've been 3 weeks in the green. We did go 2 up on a week, pull back. 2 week did the same thing. Yeah, green, 2 up on a 2 week, 2 up on a 3 week, 2 up on a 4 day. Inside on the 3 day, inside on a Tuesday, and you see how we got this little bullish pennant happening. So I did draw the bullish pennant. 312. We triggered a new 2 day and 3 day, I believe, on Wednesday, 21st. So we got a lot of hybrid time frames open up on the 21st, which I'm excited for. And then we got that nice 212 continuation to the upside on the daily, which will give us our entry point, okay? So that will be calls above $23.33. Then we want to target $23.99. Then we want to target $25.21, $25.86. Any red letters to target, any red numbers to target $26.42. 26.89, and then previous quarter high. Let's get that quarter real quick. So we got a little long way to go to get that to that quarter. But we rev that quarter to rev, but it can happen. It can happen. So real simple. This is another one. Price can pull back. If price does pull back, you want to watch it at PWH. Please pay attention that these stocks do pull back, because what they do is they pull back at major ranges, and then they present another setup to run right back to the upside. We call those AMDs accumulation, manipulation. It manipulates down and distribute back to the upside. So just keep out of that. That'll wrap up our watch list. Again, price currently dumping on its head. So we're going to see how things open up on Tuesday. And yeah, let's get this money. All right. Peace.